Bhutan. Just the name itself feels mysterious, doesn't it? A jewel tucked away deep in the Himalayas, where reality often looks stranger than imagination. In this kingdom, things happen that would shock outsiders. Here, a married woman can share her bed with another man without it being taboo. Yet, somehow, Bhutan ranks as one of the happiest nations on the planet. From odd rituals like worshipping wooden phalluses, to astonishing laws, to traditions that feel like they belong in another universe, Bhutan is a world that will test how open-minded you really are. So, do you have the courage to journey through the secrets of this land? Stay until the very end, because we're about to uncover 25 strange things you'll only find in Bhutan. Number 25. Tobacco is completely banned. In 2004, Bhutan shocked the entire world by becoming the first country to completely ban the sale of tobacco. That's right, no cigarette stalls, no cigar shops, not even tobacco leaves in the local markets. And they didn't stop there. Smoking in public places, parks, bars, restaurants, streets, was banned outright. Even chewing tobacco is against the law. This isn't just a casual rule. Breaking it can land you with heavy fines or even jail time, sometimes up to 3 years. Think about that, 3 years in prison just for lighting a cigarette. Still, the Bhutanese government does allow tiny exceptions. Citizens can import a small quota of tobacco every month, but it must be declared at customs and heavily taxed. Visitors are allowed to bring tobacco too, but again, you'll be hit with a significant duty fee at the border. All of this is part of Bhutan's mission to build a smoke-free society. The question is, could you live in a place where lighting up a cigarette is one of the most dangerous things you can do? Number 24. Polygamy in Bhutan. For a country celebrated as the happiest on earth, Bhutan practices a tradition that would shock many societies: polygamy. Here, both men and women are allowed to marry more than one partner. It's not just a story from the past, it still happens today. Take the royal family itself. The father of the current king was married to 4 sisters at the same time, and all of them were officially recognized as queens. The present king, however, has chosen a different path, marrying only one woman, though the law still allows him to have more. For women, the system is even more unusual. A Bhutanese woman can marry several men, and she doesn't even need a wedding ceremony to make it official. But legally, only the first husband is recognized under Bhutanese law. Still, within the home, women hold the power. Men often move into their wife's household after marriage, and if a separation occurs, it's the husband who must pay compensation. But if you're dreaming of marrying a Bhutanese partner yourself, here's the catch: the country has strict rules that make marriage with outsiders extremely difficult, all in the name of protecting culture and religion. Number 23. Difficult to travel to Bhutan. Bhutan is a land of pristine mountains and timeless silence, but getting there is an adventure of its own. The country has only one international airport, Paro Airport, about 35 kilometers from the capital, Thimphu. With just a single runway, tucked between steep Himalayan peaks, it is considered one of the most challenging airports in the world for pilots. Traveling by land? That's no easier. The only way in is through India, across 3 main entry roads: the Phuentsholing-Thimphu Highway, the Samdrup-Jonkar Road, and the Jelafu route. The Phuentsholing Road is the most popular, but none of these journeys are easy. And Bhutan isn't a place you can just backpack into. You can't apply for a visa yourself. To even step foot in the country, you must book through an approved Bhutanese tour company. They handle your visa, your accommodation, your guides, everything. On top of that, visitors must pay a minimum daily fee of $200 per person. This restriction is deliberate. Bhutan wants to protect its environment and preserve its traditions. The kingdom believes in high-value, low-volume tourism, which means fewer tourists, but more meaningful experiences. Number 22. A love affair with chili. In Bhutan, chili isn't just a spice, it's a way of life. Walk past any Bhutanese home and you'll see red chilies strung up to dry in the sun, dangling from windows and rooftops. For outsiders, chili is just seasoning. But for the Bhutanese, it's considered a main vegetable. No meal is complete without it. From rice and soups to stews and even salads, chili dominates the plate. The cold climate of the Himalayas makes it the perfect food. Its heat helps people stay warm. The national dish, ema datshur, is literally made of chilies cooked in cheese. For Bhutanese families, a day without chili is unimaginable. In fact, chili is the most consumed vegetable in the country, more than potatoes, rice, or even onions. So if you ever visit Bhutan, be ready. Your tongue will burn, your eyes may water, but you'll also taste the fiery soul of this Himalayan land. Number 21. The only country without traffic lights. Here's something truly unique. Bhutan is the only country in the world without traffic lights. Instead of red, yellow, and green signals, traffic is controlled by policemen standing in the middle of intersections, using hand gestures to direct cars. Even the capital city, Thimphu, once tried installing a traffic light. But within 24 hours, people demanded it be removed. Citizens said the lifeless blinking lights didn't belong in their culture. They preferred the human touch of police officers guiding traffic. Imagine that, an entire nation moving smoothly without automated signals. It feels like stepping back in time, but in Bhutan, it's simply normal life. Number 20. Illegal to cut trees and fish. Environmental protection isn't just policy in Bhutan, it's a way of survival. By law, at least 60% of Bhutan's land must remain covered in forest. Today, around 72% of the country is forested, making it one of the greenest nations on Earth. Cutting down trees without permission is a serious crime, punishable by fines or imprisonment. The government encourages people to plant trees for firewood or construction in rural areas, but in urban centers, wood can only be purchased legally through sawmills with permits. Fishing and hunting are also banned. Bhutan's constitution strictly forbids the killing of wildlife. On certain religious months, even the sale of meat and fish is prohibited. Of course, some still break the rules, sneaking into rivers at night to fish illegally, but if caught, the punishment is severe. For Bhutan, protecting nature is not optional, it's sacred duty. Number 19. Tuesdays without alcohol. Now, here's a surprising tradition. Every Tuesday in Bhutan is officially a dry day. On this day, the sale of alcohol is completely banned across the country. That might sound small, but consider this, Bhutan has more than 5,400 bars nationwide, and alcohol consumption per person is far above the global average. Beer, wine, and local spirits flow freely. But come Tuesday, the taps are shut. Why? The government says it's a way to remind people to live with moderation and mindfulness. For a society that enjoys drinking, having one day free of alcohol each week reflects the balance at the heart of Bhutanese culture. Number 18. The happiest country in the world. Despite poverty, illiteracy, and modest living standards, Bhutan consistently ranks as one of the happiest nations on Earth. How is that possible? The answer lies in their philosophy of life. Bhutanese people breathe fresh mountain air, live surrounded by untouched landscapes, and hold on tightly to traditions rooted in Buddhism. Compassion, selflessness, and community are central values. Crime is rare, class divisions are almost non-existent, and even the royal family lives close to ordinary people. It's not unusual to see a prince playing football with children in the street. Happiness here is not about money, it's about connection, peace, and pride in their land. And perhaps, that's what makes Bhutan stand out from the rest of the world. Number 17. A sanctuary of wildlife. Bhutan is a natural paradise. Dense Himalayan forests are home to Bengal tigers, leopards, Himalayan bears, red pandas, mountain goats, and countless species of rare birds and plants. Over 165 types of mammals and hundreds of orchids thrive here. But this abundance exists because Bhutan protects it fiercely. Hunting is strictly forbidden. Killing a rare bird like the black-necked crane can even result in a life sentence. Visitors to Bhutan often describe the experience as walking into an untouched Eden, where humans and wildlife share space without fear. Here, nature isn't just scenery, it's a living presence protected by law and culture. Number 16. No homelessness, free healthcare and education. In many parts of the world, homelessness is a painful reality. But in Bhutan, homelessness doesn't exist. If someone loses their home, they can appeal directly to the king for land to rebuild their life. Education and healthcare are also free for all citizens, with nearly 18% of the national budget spent to make sure nobody is left behind. Even in villages far from the capital, schools and medical clinics are provided. This system doesn't make Bhutan rich, but it ensures that everyone has dignity and basic security, a rare thing in today's world. Number 15. Late arrival of TV and internet. Can you imagine a country without television or internet? Until 1999, that was Bhutan. It was the last country in the world to allow TV and internet access. Even now, the digital world is approached with caution. Many Bhutanese believe that too much exposure to global media creates jealousy, stress, and violence. They see happiness not in chasing the newest phone or gadget, but in living simply, without unnecessary comparisons. For them, peace is more valuable than information overload. Maybe there's a lesson in that for the rest of us. Number 14. Never invaded. Unlike its neighbors India and China, Bhutan has never been conquered or colonized. Even during the great waves of imperialism that swept across Asia, Bhutan stood its ground. Instead of Independence Day, the Bhutanese celebrate December 17, 1907, the day their first king was crowned. It marks the beginning of a dynasty that still rules today, and a reminder that Bhutan's sovereignty has never been broken. For a small kingdom surrounded by giants, this is nothing short of a miracle. Number 13. No slaughterhouses. Here's something remarkable. Although many Bhutanese people eat meat, there are no slaughterhouses in the country. Killing animals for meat is illegal, deeply tied to Buddhist beliefs. Instead, all meat is imported from India and Nepal. On sacred months and festivals, even the sale of meat is banned entirely. This unusual practice reflects the kingdom's commitment to compassion, even while balancing the reality of dietary needs. Number 12. More stray dogs than cars in the capital. In Thimphu, the capital, you'll notice something striking: stray dogs are everywhere. They sleep on sidewalks, wander through markets, and follow locals through alleyways. But unlike in other places, they're not mistreated. People feed them leftovers, temples provide shelter, and harming them is unthinkable. Thanks to Buddhist compassion, the dogs here are often called the happiest strays in the world. Number 11. The Fertility Temple. One of Bhutan's most unusual landmarks is Chimi Lokhang, the Fertility Temple. Couples struggling to have children come here to pray, hoping for blessings of fertility. The temple was founded by Drukpa Kunli, a monk known for his unconventional teachings about love and freedom. His spirit still guides the rituals here, where priests bless couples using wooden phallus symbols as part of the ceremony. Walking to the temple itself feels like stepping into a dream, through rice fields and quiet hills, into a sanctuary where hope and faith meet. Number 10. Success measured by happiness, not GDP. Most countries measure progress by GDP, but Bhutan does something radically different. It introduced gross national happiness, GNH, a system that values health, education, environment, and culture over money. The king once said, "For Bhutan, gross national happiness is more important than gross national product." This philosophy shapes everything, from banning plastic bags to limiting billboards. Instead of ads, you'll find painted signs with messages like, "Let nature guide you," or "Life is a journey, keep going." For Bhutan, success is not about getting richer, but about staying happy and balanced. Number 9. Isolated until 1974. Before 1974, Bhutan was completely shut off from the outside world. No tourists, no outsiders. Only in that year did the country open its doors, and even then, only 274 foreigners were allowed in. Since then, tourism has grown, but carefully. Bhutan follows a high-value, low-impact policy. Visitors must pay $200 per day in sustainable fees to ensure their presence helps the environment and local communities. In a world obsessed with mass tourism, Bhutan stands out for protecting its culture first. Number 8. No railways. Bhutan has no trains. Its rugged mountains make railway construction nearly impossible. Instead, people rely on winding mountain roads and cars for travel. This absence of railways isn't seen as a weakness. For Bhutan, it's another way of keeping development sustainable while protecting forests and mountains. Number 7. The plastic bag ban. Plastic bags are banned in Bhutan. The first attempt came in 1999, but failed. The ban was reintroduced in 2005 and 2009, with little effect. Finally, in 2010, it was strongly enforced. Today, Bhutanese markets use cloth bags, woven baskets, and eco-friendly alternatives. It's not perfect, but it's a clear step towards keeping the kingdom clean. Number 6. Archery, the national sport. If there's one sport Bhutanese people love, it's archery. More than just hitting a target, it's a festival of song, dance, and celebration. Archers dress in traditional robes, aim at targets placed incredibly far away, and taunt each other to break concentration. Whenever someone scores, their teammates burst into cheers, songs, and even dances. It's not just competition, it's a joyful gathering that unites villages, families, and friends. Number 5. A royal love story. The current king of Bhutan, Jigme Kesar Namgyel Wangchuk, fell in love with Jetsun Pema when she was just a child. At 7, she boldly told the prince she would marry him one day. Years later, she did. In 2011, they wed, and Jetsun Pema became the world's youngest queen at just 21. Though tradition allows Bhutanese kings to have multiple wives, this king vowed to remain loyal to only one. Their story feels like a fairy tale, and for the Bhutanese people, it's a source of national pride. Number 4. Wearing traditional clothing every day. In Bhutan, tradition lives in daily life. Men wear the go, a robe tied at the waist, while women wear the kira, an ankle-length dress. These outfits are not reserved for festivals, they're worn daily by students, workers, and officials. The go even doubles as storage, its wide front pouch can hold books, food, or even a baby. It's practical, symbolic, and deeply tied to national identity. Number 3. Colorful festivals. Bhutanese festivals are unlike anything else. The Losar Festival, their new year, bursts with bright costumes, dances, and symbolic plays about the battle between good and evil. The Chechu festivals feature cham dances, masked performances meant to drive away evil spirits. Some, like the Jambai Lokhang Drup, are even performed at midnight, with men in masks dancing to drums under flickering torchlight. These festivals are not entertainment, they are spiritual experiences that bind the community together. Number 2. The flag only flies during the day. Bhutan's flag, decorated with a white dragon clutching jewels, is never flown at night. At sunset, it must be lowered to ensure respect. The practice reflects Bhutan's deep reverence for its symbols. Every time the flag is raised and lowered, it becomes a ritual of pride and unity for the people. Number 1. Phallic symbols to ward off evil. This may shock visitors the most. In Bhutan, you'll see wooden phalluses painted on houses or hanging from rooftops. Far from being obscene, these symbols are believed to protect against evil spirits and bring fertility and good fortune. For outsiders, it might seem strange, even embarrassing. But for the Bhutanese, it's a sacred part of culture and faith. Which of these amazed you the most? For me, it's Bhutan's fierce protection of nature. It's a reminder that true happiness may come not from taking more, but from preserving what we already have. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our next journey into another extraordinary corner of the world. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.